are live. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you can hear me okay, let me know in the chat. Just make sure the volume's all right. Let me check the settings. Mic check. Where are you at? There you are. Okay. You got that. Perfect. Okay. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Today is National Missing Person Day, and so, of course, as always on this channel, of course, we'll be covering the Sebastian Rogers case, but we always like to give back by featuring a missing person at the beginning of the show. So we're going to go ahead and do that first, and then we'll get right into Sebastian Rogers. I discovered something last night. And I want to bring it to everyone's attention because I know so many people are, working on this, and that's so amazing because I get so many emails, and of course I wish I could get to everybody's emails. If you have emailed me and I haven't gotten back, please just be patient. I did try to get through a lot of emails, but I get like anywhere from 20 to 40, just kind of depends, and it just, I'm just one person, so please be patient with me. Okay, so let's get to Sophie, and then I'm going to show you guys we'll kind of go over what we went over a little bit last night, and then we're going to get deeper into this photo because there's some things that I noticed that are very, very interesting and raises major red flags in my opinion. But let's get into this missing person. I'm going to try to blow this up so you guys can see it a little bit better because this is just recent. So this is an Amber Alert for Sophia Franklin, I believe. Okay, so she's 16 years old. This happened out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Now, from what I was looking, I did a little more research. She's 3 months pregnant with a 40-year-old, this guy here, this creep, Gary Day. Apparently, he is the father, not of her, but of her unborn child. It's believed he has taken her. And it says the vehicle was seen this morning of yesterday, 2/3 in Wisconsin, with a Pennsylvania license plate of KGW 5186. The license plate state changed from Arizona to Arkansas. Sophia Franklin was last seen at her residence at 9 p.m. on February 2nd of this year. She's believed to be with Gary. He was last seen at her residence yesterday at 7:48, and then there's supposed to be a no contact order between Sophia and Gary. Clearly, the parents probably found out and don't want anything, to do with this creep. But it looks like those two have ran off, and hopefully that's just it, and there's no, ill intentions that happen. So please, anyone in that area, be on the lookout. The vehicle is a Buick LaCrosse 2014. It's a black vehicle, black color, also known to use Pennsylvania license plate. So that's really interesting. So he's changed his license plate. Before it was Arkansas, now it's a Pennsylvania. That's odd. Anyway, here's this creep. Oh wait, let's see. I clicked on him. There he is. Trying to blow him up. It's not the best photo. So he's male. It says blonde hair, but clearly it's mostly bald. 5'7", 165 pounds. Gary is known to be the father of the unborn child. There's not else any more information, but anybody out in that way, please keep an eye out for that vehicle and or Gary, and more importantly, Sophia here. And we'll blow her face up one more time. And of course, the number to call, you can call 911 if you're local, or the Beaver Dam Police Department, 888-304-3936. So prayers to her family, and hopefully a safe return, especially, with an unborn child, 3 months pregnant. All right, guys. I see all the love and the support. Believe me, guys, I wish I could just shout everybody out. I really do. It truly means the world to me. We got Pincho in here. He's been doing an amazing job. I know your channel's been growing. That's so awesome. I mean, your last video, I don't know if it's your recent video, but the last video I saw like had thousands of views. So I'm so happy for you. I mean, how much work you put into those, I can't even imagine. So, mad respect to you. All right, guys, let's get right into it, and I'll try to shout some people out here. But yeah, I've got something very interesting. I promise we'll get into it right away. I'll quickly just play the 1 minute recap so I can just make sure my. Okay, that's good. Just make sure the stream is solid, and then we'll get into it.
2008 Traffic Court, 1008 Traffic Court, Commissioner. Caller advised this morning and was having a 15-year-old male not in the bed. We are right now, 3 blonde hair, approximately 5 foot, 120 pounds. I was going to be wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants. 2 members have a kind of autism. It's the first time it happened. I was going to be in the home before midnight. All the doors are locked at this time.
Informer.
Sebastian Rogers is a 15-year-old autistic teenager who lives in Hendersonville, Tennessee. He was last seen Sunday night on February 25th by his mother, Katie Proudfoot. The next morning, on the 26th, his mother went to wake Rogers up and get him ready for school, but Rogers was nowhere to be seen. Sebastian Rogers was allegedly wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, his glasses, and his keychain flashlight. They also claimed that all of his shoes were accounted for, which means he is most likely barefoot. Okay, all right, just a little.
The mysterious lights video
here.
and more.
All right, guys. It's so weird what it always does that to me. You guys like the new specs? They're not prescription glasses. They're just for to protect your eyes from looking at screens all day. And my doctor told me that I should start using these a little more often. So I'll probably wear them for a little bit and then take them off. But the doctor says that I should probably be wearing these all the time because I spend when I'm working, I'm staring at monitors. And yeah, it feels so weird because the one thing I've been blessed with is good eyesight. My hearing's not the best, but all right. Okay, oh my gosh. So I got some gifted memberships here. Mitzi just gifted 5 Mob Crew memberships. God bless you, Mitzi. Thank you so much. If you do by chance get gifted a membership, if you could please thank that person. Let me get a look closer to what we're going to go over today. We'll kind of bring the context just in case if you missed yesterday's show, but it all kind of ties into everything. So, and I know you guys have been sending me tips, what you guys might think's what's going on, but there's something I discovered. I'm not saying I discovered it first, but I'm going to point it out because I don't know. I haven't seen anybody point it out yet. Not to say that it hasn't happened. Abigail, God bless you for the. Oh, how come that came? Oh, there it is. Gifting a Mob Crew membership. Thank you so much. God bless you. Let me just get through these real quick. Jonathan says, thanks for the hard work, Chris. Love you, bud. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Means the world. That popped up again. Thanks, mods, for keeping law and order. Yeah, we have the best mods. Thank you so much, Jonathan. And Jay's also helping modding. That's so awesome. Thank you, NJs, for what you do. Major respect for the mods because that's not an easy task, and we're going to try to do more mod appreciations, not just once a year, but maybe we'll try to do at least quarterly because, these guys just come in and, are in the chat trying to keep everything, copacetic and, they just do it for free, but we try to, we always try to give something back to them, but I'd like to do that more often because there's a lot of channels that don't do that, and that's not my style. So anyway, let's get on to it. All right, so just in case if you missed yesterday, just get a little context. Not going to go too much into it, but SF, I'm sure most of you are familiar with this case, know about SF, and he released this photo, which was just odd. And I still don't know why he released it, like what the argument is, because, And here he's saying, we have footage from behind the house, which to me, this is a very important camera. Like, if there's any footage that I would like to see besides the 3 a.m. light video from, at the corner of the street, this would be like the second most important. I don't know. It'd be kind of a toss up because, I mean, in my opinion, likely where all the action's going on is would be in this area. So he says, just as we found footage from in front of the house, which is across the street, along with 100 hours. He's already talked about that. So I think this is kind of in response to that photo that's been going around that supposedly shows like Chris and Katie putting Sebastian in a car. And, not to say that's not real. There's a possibility that whoever enhanced that, it could be true. The reason I'm always skeptic about those photos, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just kind of, let's see, this is 5324. So this is the photo I'm talking about. A lot of people are kind of talking about it. And this is from the 3 a.m. lights video. I believe this is supposed to be kind of like where the car's at, and you can kind of make out like some heads. But again, the reason why I'm a little more skeptic than others is because so many people have sent me stuff, and I look at it and then I'm like, it's looks like they've just kind of enhanced it. Remember, I showed you guys like last week, like you have to be kind of careful because you can start to turn up the brightness on these things, but sometimes the pixels, especially it's not the original video. That's the toughest thing. And since, we're recording it from a phone, and I showed you guys how we could actually see, if you guys were there for my Monday live show, you could actually almost see the person with the phone, and you could see the light pollution, especially kind of on the bottom of the camera, or excuse me, on the video here. And so anyway, I'm always cautious because, you could be blowing up pixels that are actually just from the, person that recorded it, and they're not actually the pixels that were in the video, if that makes sense. So again, I'm not saying this is fake, but it's just, I've kind of come, I guess the best word, kind of numb to it, although I always appreciate everybody trying to help. And, that's the best way to everybody to come forward and work as a team. But I digress. It's just something I'm always a little cautious about, right? But we'll talk a little bit about that photo at the end. But there's something more interesting. Well, not to say that's not interesting, especially if they did it the right way. It could be something. So I'm assuming this is him in response putting this photo out, which I don't see how this really debunks anything. If anything, he's just giving us extra clues. And someone's saying the glasses look great. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll have to take them off here in a bit. I've been wearing them as I'm working, but anyway. But yeah, obviously the first thing that sticks out to us is this big blurred thing. And then what's next to it? We got this big giant light. Well, then we know that we're looking at, so anybody that's not familiar with this photo, this is taken the night that he disappeared, sometime between midnight and 6 a.m. And here we are. We've been always arguing that there was a likely abduction somewhere around 3 a.m. We have this mysterious 2:58 a.m. vehicle, which we'll kind of talk about in a little bit. And then we have this photo taken at 3:06 a.m., almost 3:07. And we have a light on. And I'm sure we all, if you've been following this, that's the light to Katie Proudfoot and Chris Proudfoot's bedroom. Now, somebody on the other side tried to debunk this by, saying, no, this is the house, because this house right here, so this is a daytime photo, excuse me, that was taken. But I was telling you guys yesterday, well, this is kind of not the best example of trying to compare one-to-one, because one photo, the photo is taken more to the right, where now this gap between Sebastian's home and this shed that's in the backyard is now going to open up. Whereas if you move more to the left, that gap's going to close because you are now kind of moving out of the frame, and that's going to close up. And that's where the security camera is. So this is all wrong. And I'm actually going to show something else that proves that that's that window. But there's no mistake. That window, it's too bright for it to be across the street. And it's just way too big, right? You know, if it was across the street, which is, I don't know, 100, 200 feet away from this camera, I mean, it would be much smaller, much tinier, and probably a little bit less light as well. Excuse me. So let's move on here. But so we have a lot of stuff going on, right? We have this light, right? And so I talked about the field of view yesterday, so I'm not going to focus too much on that, but I'm just going to kind of recap it just in case you missed it, but I'm going to go through it quickly. But it's the same thing, you know, a lot of people, you know, like I said, the one thing I've had experience is filming and editing, and you learn all about points of views, and you got to keep in mind that, you know, you've got all these variables. You got your horizontal axis, you got your y-axis, or vertical, whatever. There's just so many variables. And again, you have a photo where you're standing closer to the shed, and then you have surveillance. It's a little bit more to the left. So that's going to close this gap, you know. And again, so that clearly is not, this light here is clearly not coming from the street or across the street. And I kind of did some overlays here, kind of talking about, you know, where the light would likely be. And then the other thing that you have to take into account is, you know, the person that took the picture, how tall were they and, you know, where they took the picture, if it's higher up. And then if the surveillance footage is a little bit lower, well, now that's going to push whatever you're looking at a little bit higher. Whereas if you're taking a picture up above, that's going to push the whatever you're looking at more down, you know. Just little tricks, you know. You can make a short person look tall. You can make a tall person look short. There's just, you know, camera tricks, right? So let's, so for anybody that's not familiar with what we're looking at, so the surveillance camera is at this home here. And believe me, this home is very interesting, and I can't say a lot, but just say there's some red flags there. But anyway, the camera's kind of sitting off the back of this porch here, and it's pointed towards the back of Sebastian's, or the Rogers home. And they have 3 bedrooms with the one of above. So they have 3 bedrooms on the bottom, and then they have that 1 bedroom, you know, the ranch-style home, which I believe is above the garage, is it? Correct me if I'm wrong in chat. So they have Sebastian bedroom, who is closer to the front door. And then we have this bedroom, which I don't know if that was Faith's bedroom. And then we have the bedroom of the parents, which is the master bedroom. Michelle says, you're spot on. Again, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, and if I make mistake, please correct me. Okay, so this clearly is a huge red flag, because this is at 3:06, 3:07 a.m. What's her bedroom light on? Now you could say, let's just argue both sides. Okay, well maybe she had to get up to go to the bathroom, right? Just to argue both sides, right? But at the time when we have this mysterious car and we've been talking about 3 a.m. potential abduction, is that just another coincidence on top of all these other coincidences that just keep building up? I don't think so. And then I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to blow you guys' mind about what's going on down here. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell this thing is, but we'll put that aside. And I know some people are telling me to check my email. If I get a chance, we'll check some emails at the end of the show. So, excuse me. Now, I know some people thought this could have been car lights from the driveway, and I thought that was a pretty good idea. So here's us looking from the other direction, right? So let's say we wanted to look at where the camera's at, right? So we're on the other side. So the camera would have been kind of right around here somewhere. Actually, I think it's right here. If I recall, it's kind of sitting up on this thing right here next. Now remember, this tree is in the Proudfoot's backyard, so it's really kind of hard. But the camera's sitting like on the home across the street, or not across the street, excuse me, sharing the backyard of the Proudfoots, and it's looking towards us. And so one of the theories I thought, because I was really curious about this, and of course these lights, right? But then I started looking at this a lot more, and then it finally hit me, and I'm like, oh wow, this is very interesting. So I'm going to show you guys what I discovered, and this really raises some more red flags. So again, I thought maybe there's multiple things I was trying to think. Okay, could have been the floodlights, maybe reflecting down, maybe it was reflecting on this. But remember, these floodlights and where this thing is, and I'm going to show you guys eventually that this thing is like almost like in the backyard of the neighbor across the street where the shed is, much closer to the shed, and I can prove that. So then I thought, well, maybe this light below this arrow, this thing down here, is, because of the floodlights, and there's a cement driveway. Well, maybe this is kind of like the driveway we're seeing, and that's the lights. But that's not the case, because there's actually, let me go back here real quick. So the camera's over here, but if we look back, you know what? Let me pull this up. But I promise you guys, I'm going to blow your minds here in just a second. Bear with me, guys. 1 second. Okay. So here's the issue with the whole driveway thing. So let me make sure you guys can see that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what we notice already is the difference between this backyard and to this driveway. So let's say we take this garbage can, for instance, which is, if anybody knows the exact, I guess I could just type it in Google. Actually, maybe I'll do that. How tall is garbage can? I want feet. I like to work in feet, not inches. 24 is what, 2 feet? 36 is 3 feet, so 3 feet? Wait, that's kitchen cans. No. I want garbage cans. 42 inches. So what is that? 3.5 feet? 36 inches is 3 feet. Add 6, so 3.5, right? Let me know if I'm wrong. Somewhere about 3.5, a little over 3.5. So look at where the garbage can is, right? And notice that there's a grade that goes down. So basically what I'm trying to say is there's just no way we would see that light, right? This little light that I'm talking about, because there's such a drop. That just would not show up. That camera would have to be really high up. Not to say it couldn't. 3.5. Thank you, guys. I like to work in feet, but so there's just no way because, there's such a drop and from where this camera's sitting. So this light, and this is very important. That means this light is much closer. Now, we'll get to why this is a big deal. All right. Make sure I don't go too far from what I'm trying to point out. Okay. So here's another photo, which, God, I wish they didn't have this yellow circle because, like, I wish I could see around here, but that's okay. Someone pointed to me where I could get these photos, so just before the show started, and I didn't get a chance, but well, maybe if we get a chance, we'll look at them. Okay, so let's get on with it. So just for everybody to understand, this is the house behind Chris Proudfoot. That's where the camera is pointing, so it's kind of off their porch. And then this photo down below is where it's pointing and where we're looking at. So it's daytime. You see this window right here. I know it's probably small for people that are on their phone. I do apologize. And that is the window that is lit up. And I can prove that in another way, even though I've already, in my opinion, put a great argument in my last show, but I'll put the complete argument that just shuts everything down, that there's no way this is not the window from across the street. I'll shut it down in a heartbeat here in just a second. But there's more important stuff than that. Oh yeah, let's not forget. Let's just not forget for just 1 second. Oh. Well, I'll come back to it. That they have the 3D scanner, but we'll get to that here in just a minute. All right. Okay, so I zoomed it in, and so here we go. We're closer to what we're looking at now. There's the window, but there's other things that we can actually make out from this. Okay. And that is one of the trees. They have quite a few trees in the backyard, but there's one that's very important to this. Giant says, shut it down, Chris. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's been there all along. You just have to kind of examine it. All right, guys, I got to take this off. I start getting like a headache when I have these on. But all right. Voila, Superman. Just kidding. Okay, come on. Okay, so what we have is a tree. This thing right here is a tree. Now, this is huge for multiple factors. One, this proves that where this tree is sitting at, it's sitting from this angle just to the right of the home, which means there's no way that this bedroom light is coming across the street, because this tree, it would have to be on the right side of the tree. And I'll show you which tree I'm talking about. But this tree is huge, huge, because it also reveals something else. But let's shut this theory down about the bedroom window or the light being across the street, because again, you have the tree. It's clear as day. You can see it, the trunk, and you can see, because this tree, even though I had an outline like this, it's a big full tree, right? And I'll show you a daytime picture of it. God, I got something in my throat. It's driving me nuts, like a tickle. Apologize. Okay, so this is that tree right there, okay? They have a few trees in their backyard, obviously, some more over here, but this is that tree. Now, if we were to as we move over, which we can't move over anymore, we can only go right there. But as you can see, that is the tree, just barely kind of on the outside. Because remember, that camera's right here, so it's going to shoot. Ooh. So it's shooting straight at pretty much this tree. Right here. And that only can mean one thing, that to the next of it, to the left, if we were looking from the camera view, the home would be right here, right? So that is that tree. But there is much more to this. This tree is huge. This tree reveals something, again, that I discovered this morning. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. No, these are not garden lights. And believe me, I always try to look at the other side, right? To be fair. Now I'm going to show you where these lights are coming from, because I don't know if ever, because we also even talked about, well, could this be like a reflection from the bedroom lights? But there's something that I discovered that, well, that is definitely not the case. It is something else more interesting. All right, guys, here. And again, thank you guys so much for the love and support in the chat. All right. So now let's turn our focus along with this tree, because remember where this is positioned. And let's focus, forget these lights for now, these ones right here, but let's focus on this light down, this oval light, because it's very, very important. So again, remember, think about where this tree is at, right? So it's like kind of halfway in their backyard, right? So much, I don't know, 10, 15 feet away from the house. It's kind of tough to say from this angle, but, clearly it's away from the house. Lady says, bring it home, Chris. Oh, thank you guys. And again, it's not just me. You guys have been so amazing. Everybody's working behind the scenes, really. And I wish I could shout everybody out. It's truly, it just shows like the commitment this team has to come together. I hate to say this, but it's just so terrible to these other people, certain people, not all of them, but there's others that it's just all they want to do is just spread hate and tear people down. And it's just, when you have things that happen in your life and that are just, health related, whatever. And it just kind of brings some perspective. Like, it's so petty, it's, yeah. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, let's focus on this light here and let's figure out what this tree is so huge. You're probably like, why in the hell is he so worried about this damn tree? Well, that's because this tree, we know where it's sitting at, right? And we know that there's this light right down here, and it's bright. I mean, this is coming from a light source. But where is it coming from? Like, where is it sitting compared to Sebastian's backyard and the neighbor's backyard? And this is where you're going to get some goosebumps. Because we know, actually, this photo should have came second. We know, if you look at it, so I outlined the light that I'm focused on. Like I said, I still want to look at these, but let's forget about these. Just kind of put these to the side for a minute and just look at this. Now, what does this tell us? Well, one, if this tree, let's say if this light source was closer to the Proudfoot's home, that would mean that the light would be back here, right? Somewhere back here. And that means this tree would have blocked that light source, right? That light doesn't bend unless you're looking into space at a black hole where things tend to bend light. But that doesn't happen here down on Earth unless, you're a magician or something. Or photoshopping. But, so that tells us, so if the tree was in front of this light source, we would have seen something like this. So here's me zooming it in. So remember, if this was, say, like the driveway lights, well, we know the tree's in the backyard. this tree would have just gone down more, and I have an example here. I'll come back to this. You would have seen something like this, right? Because obviously the light would have had to been behind the tree closer to the Proudfoot. But that's not the case. So now we know that that light source is clearly, trying to think depending on which angle you're looking at, is closer to the neighbor's backyard or in between their two backyards. Now, if we look at this, whatever the hell this object is, and that's my next goal, and if somebody can figure it out, it'd be amazing. I have no idea what the hell this is. I don't think it's a garbage can, because I don't know why you would have your garbage can over in the toughest area. Not to say they didn't just roll it out at one point, but it's just such a weird place to have it. But notice we have the opposite thing. Now think about this. This is huge. Notice it's the opposite. It blocks the light. And then we see a little bit right here. So what does that tell us? That tells us that that light source is in between this tree and whatever's sitting next to the shed. And this light source is somewhere in between their 2 yards. This is huge. Huge. Because let me show you overhead. Get overhead. Can I get an overhead, please? There we go. So here's the overhead. And so camera's here, pointed this direction. We have the tree. I just kind of put kind of where the tree is at. You know, it's hard when you're looking at a top-down view. So that means whatever this light source, it's in between their 2 yards. Coincidentally, there's an alleyway between their 2 yards. Who would have landscape lights? And the other thing is, if they had landscape lights, why wouldn't we have seen some kind of landscape lights somewhere in this general facility? Right? It would have been somewhere in here. Unless they're being blocked. I mean, again, looking at both sides. I don't know who in the hell, who's going to have landscape lights out in your backyard, like in between the 2 yards, right? There's no, it makes no sense. Again, I know Katie said garden lights, but she's talking about the front yard. Again, we're talking about, it's literally almost between, in the alleyway, between their 2 yards, where technically, you know, that's nobody's yard. So, what I think a possible scenario could be, and what I believe it's just one suggestion, but there's definitely a legit light source back here, which makes 0 sense. All right, I'll get to chat here in just a second, guys. So again, it's somewhere between this tree and that shed. It doesn't leave much for, you know, for variabilities of where this is at. Now, what's interesting is there's almost a dip somewhere in between this yard, I guess. So this is fascinating, because that means, in my opinion, this is just one theory. Not saying this is true, but I think this could possibly be somebody with some kind of light source, and that is shining on the ground, and they are in between the 2 yards. What do you guys think? Because remember, whatever this thing is closer to this shed. So let's So whatever this thing is, so here's the tree. Now see the fences, and this is such a like a mind trick because of the fences, but you see the two different fences. So there's a little alleyway right here between the two. So whatever this is sitting like right here, almost not 100% if it's in their yard. It looks like it could be. And again, I don't know what the hell it is. But it's right up against the fence where the alleyway is. And remember, that light source is sitting right in here. I used a photo from 6 months ago. The blob is a bush on Katie's gate. The blob. Now, when you refer to the blob, it's, could you elaborate? I mean, I would love to see another perspective. On Katie's gate. Could you elaborate? I'm curious. And now if you're saying like it's like beyond closer to the driveway, I'm telling you it's impossible because you got to remember there's a 5 foot drop. Well, or at least 3.5 foot drop. I think maybe 4 foot drop. We would not be able to see that driveway from this angle. If we got too much obstruction, the camera would have to be much higher up. And again, like I said, this is in between. There's just no refuting that. If it was behind the tree and closer to the Proudfoot's home, the tree would be doing the same thing this is, where it's blocking the light. That's just common sense. Allegedly says, where the lights are shining, they appear to be floodlights on the corner of the house shining down on the shrub. Again, I don't want to say that's not wrong. Are you saying this like these are floodlights? Or wait, what did you say here? Floodlights on the corner of the house shining down on the shrub. Which floodlights? From the home. Would they shine like that? Are you saying on the neighbor's home across the street? There's no way it could be from the Proudfoot's home. There's just no way. I don't want to say 100%, but I would be like 80%. I don't know. They're not the garage floodlights. Are you trying to say that they're the floodlights from the neighbor's home? I could kind of see that, maybe. But again, that still doesn't explain how this is. Because this should just all be shining. I mean, if you have a floodlight, you should just have this all the way around. Like, this shouldn't even be cut off. If you think about it, if this is like floodlights from the neighbor, say it's shining down from the neighbor's home, there should be no reason you've got this being blocked. It should just be all like bright right here, right? Am I wrong? Whatever this light source, it's in between these two objects. Again, I'm not saying you're 100% wrong. I would love to look at it at all angles. But this bugs me because this looks like somebody with a flashlight or a light source that is walking between the alleyway. What about the next door neighbor's garage lights? Do they have lights? Like, all right, we'll get back to that. Do I got the photos? So I see one light up here. That's certainly no floodlight. That's just kind of a, yeah, it's not a floodlight. I wish I had more pictures. I would love to entertain that. I want to see it from all angles. Yeah, I don't know. Like that just doesn't make sense. If it was coming from the neighbors, right? And you're shining, you have floodlights. wouldn't it just illuminate? You would have a blob everywhere. You wouldn't just have like two more focused lights and then a blob down here. It's not, I don't know. Not to say that's not wrong, but that just doesn't, I don't know. I would still like to entertain that. But my theory is there's somebody walking and it's a flashlight and it's capturing up on this, whoever's blocking this. That's just my theory. I'm not saying that's what happened. Keep that in mind. And I would still love, if anybody's got pictures of this backyard, I would love to look at it all because I want to look at it from all angles. But the one thing I can say for sure, almost 80%, is this light source is definitely, because again, the tree is in the middle of the backyard. It's not being obstructed. So that means it's beyond the tree. Yet whatever's in the neighbor's yard, it looks like it's in the neighbor's yard or close to it, clearly then blocks it. Yeah, that would not make sense if there was two garage lights. I mean, we should be seeing like some kind of light source. I don't know. Not saying that. I still would like to look at that just to look at it from all angles. So here's another example. So here's that tree, right? So it's like, look how far. God, that's more like 20 feet, right? 20. Yeah, that's over 20 feet from the home. And this is the tree, guaranteed. And that light source is either coming from their backyard or the alleyway. And here is some really good satellite imagery, right? So the tree, I think, that we're talking about is this one. It's kind of tough because the trees are kind of weird. But here's the alleyway. And remember, you start to get a drop as you go down. Now, could there be floodlights? I mean, why would you have floodlights going back here? Not to say people don't have floodlights all around their house. I wouldn't discount that at all. I don't know. I'd still like to look at that. Diana says, is our law enforcement FBI planning on doing another search anytime soon? They're working on it, but we do have some concerns. I'll tell you that. But there are other entities that people are working behind the scenes, including myself, that we are sending tips to all the other agencies. Let's just put it that way, because we're a little concerned that there may be something funky going on. I really hope that's not the case, but we're going to look at it all. Could I look at your video? Allegedly agree. I would definitely. Yeah, it's possible, but I don't think it's connected to the. I think, if anything, in my opinion, these light sources almost feel like two different. They're coming from two different sources. It just doesn't make sense to me why you would have floodlights that all of a sudden they're casting these little headlight. Not to say these are headlights, but these blobs. Very, very focused blobs, as if you had like a flashlight up close to something. Yet then you have this light down here, but they're not all connected. If they're coming from the backyard, right, shining down, that wouldn't make sense. Okay, allegedly, like I said, I want to entertain it all, but can I see your video with your permission? Because I'm assuming she has pictures from the backyard, which would be great. I just want to make sure I get confirmation first. Unless she answered already. I don't know if she did. Allegedly, if you could let me know. I know there's probably a cooldown, so you can't answer right away. Let me get to chat for a minute. But yeah, to me, let me know what you guys think in chat. But to me, I think these are two different entities. They've got two different properties, in my opinion. She did a great job. Okay, I would love to check it out. I would just love to have her permission. I hate using other people's content without people's permission. But again, let's not forget that we have the bedroom light on. So that alone. Yes, you have my permission. Okay, thank you. Allegedly. All right, let's check it out. Give me a second, guys. Let's look at it. I said I want to look at it from all angles, but
when we think of luxury hotels.
Oh yes, luxury hotels. Oh boy, they're telling me to take a vacation, I guess. Allegedly. Oh, I think I put one too many L's in that. Innocent. Okay, Sebastian. Is it your latest video from 3 hours ago? Oh. I'm going to turn down the music. Okay, let me know if this is the video, allegedly. Let's take a look at this. Okay, is this a video? Please tell me this is a video. Remember where this tree is at. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, so you are starting to overlap the photo with the surveillance video, but remember, they're taken from two different angles. Is this the right video, allegedly? Is this the right video? Just let me know, allegedly. If you can. I know it's got a timer, so you're probably like, oh, I'm trying to type and it's telling me to wait. So I just want to make sure I have the same video. What are we doing? We're taking a angle from a far right angle now. Okay, so I'm just going to say right now, you're taking is this the right one? Because right now I'm seeing is you're taking, so the surveillance is taken from this angle, and right now you're taking a angle from this angle, so they're not going to line up very well. That's not a good interpretation. Now, I don't know. We're taking this is completely two different angles. This is not.
So we know the drain pipe is there, right? We know that we've got this 12-foot expanse before we get to the doors of the actual garage. And so we know that our window here is really, really close.
Yeah,
it does seem like the light is perhaps a light that's shining from the floodlights.
No.
Or maybe it's a light shining from a car.
No,
in this
they're too low. They're too low. I like what you're doing, like, and I don't want to shout allegedly. Please don't say any hate to her. I love people trying to figure stuff out, but the one thing I would suggest to you is you're taking a photo from a completely other angle and trying to and then trying to align it with a photo or a surveillance photo that's from a way other angle. That's not gonna help. You put a lot of work into this, so I'm not trying to shut you down, but I would just say, like, in the future, you got to remember angles are so important, and that is such a wide angle from that. And I have thought about it being floodlights. I don't know if there's anything else in that. Again, I appreciate her coming in, and saying, hey, this is what I've looked at. I would just say, think about when you're taking an angle from that far away, from that one side, and taking an angle from another, you're going to get some odd results because, yeah, I still appreciate the passion, I say that's how we're going to solve this. We keep looking at it from different perspectives. Again, the house across the street can be seen cameras on the right. UP account from angles problem. I'm with you on that. Yeah. So I agree. We can agree to disagree. And but yeah, you got to be very careful when you're working with two opposite angles. That is going to really throw everything off. And you got to remember this camera, even though it is up pretty high, we still have at least a 5-foot drop, anywhere from a 3.5 foot to 5 foot difference here. So, okay, I will at the end of the show. I still have a few things, and we'll check chat. But in my opinion, I would say 90% these are not floodlights. Because again, there's no way these floodlights could get past this tree, right? You got to remember this tree is in the backyard. If it was on the other side, closer to the Proudfoot home, then this would be blocked. It would look like this. It'd be the same thing as this, where it blocks this little light, but it doesn't. That means that is on closer to the neighbor's backyard. There's just no disputing that. I thought maybe you were saying that there's like floodlights in the neighbor's home kind of shooting down, and I was going to say, well, I could kind of see that. The headlights from the car, they would have to be much lower down. I'm not sure how much lower down. But yeah, I don't think they're car headlights, because remember, we had that camera from across the street, and that lady literally watched like the whole night. And, remember she told us, like, yeah, I saw lights come on, lights come off, but I didn't see much activity after that. I think if a car turned on in that driveway, she would have been, yeah, I saw somebody's car in the driveway. So that's why, to me, that, again, this is still a huge anomaly, and that's like my next project. But this right now is my main interest, because this tells me this is in between the Proudfoot home and the neighbor's home. And it's almost like it's right where the alleyway is. And that is, to me, very, very, very concerning. Okay, let's check some emails. I know some people are going to send me some photos of some of the backyard, so maybe we'll get something interesting. I'm going to let this play for a second. Let me just shout out my supporters real quick. I mean, everybody's my supporter. Everybody in here. Did you guys know I'm literally 500 subscribers away from 89K? Or excuse me, 90K? That's such a huge milestone. It would be, I would die happy tomorrow if we hit 100K. That would mean the world to me. I've been on YouTube for 2 years plus. And we're almost at 90. We're literally 500, probably less than 500. But if you're in the channel and you'd like to subscribe and hit that like button, that'd be so cool to hit 90K in the next, maybe even tonight. Okay, let me get to the chat for a second, and then we'll I do got a few more things. Leslie and Billy, God bless you for the $2. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the kind of warmer weather at the time. June, God bless you and all your support. Janine Brown, I think it is. Respectfully, it's the lights above the garage. I respectfully disagree, Brown, because of the tree. I don't know how do you get it on the other side of the tree? But we can all agree to disagree. We're all adults. Christine says, I think he left phone on call with KP and drove back. Yeah, I could see that happening. And they had Life 360 as well. Keep that in mind. Shelly says, Chris, we love it when you shut them down. Thank you. Lady says, bring it home, Chris. Thank you so much. Denise, God bless you for becoming a member. Investigator Carter, I hope you're watching, taking notes. We need to exonerate this case. I agree with you, Speed Teacher. Sped Teacher. Yeah, totally agree. June, I don't know if that doubled up. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Smokey Joe says, thank you, Chris, and mods, and everyone. Sebastian Army, we will find and bring him home. Things are happening for sure. Julie says, texted you pic of green egg grill, plus my son said, okay. Chris, check your text. I sent you 2 pics. I have a pic of an object in the backyard. Ooh. Okay. We're going to check those because I'm curious. The light source is pinpointed. Garage lights would be cone-shaped. Exactly, Kathy. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And you got to remember the garage. So here, the other thing you got to take into account that the garage is now somewhere between 4 to 5 feet lower from this camera. And I don't think we'd be seeing the cement. Unless this thing was out of the way, then we would probably kind of see it gradually as it kind of goes up. But again, there's no way this light would be in front of the tree. It would be cut off. Just no way. And again, that was my first thought. So I don't blame anybody for thinking that's what it was, because that's what I thought it was. Cynthia. Okay, so everybody's telling me, check your emails. Okay, thank you, Cynthia. Keep in prayers for some quick healing. Thank you, Ginger. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not like a flu bug or something. It's, a little more, just getting, a little less younger, and your body, tends to try to fall apart, and, got to pick up the pieces. All right, let's check this email. Because I know I tried to ask some people if they could send me some photos of that backyard. And I always have to sign in, too. It's so weird. Oh, here we go. Pictures. Okay. Ooh, good picture. Oh, my gosh. Okay, we got a really good picture here. Not the best picture, but it's a picture that Okay, this is a really good picture. Okay. Ooh. Oh, thank you so much, Linda. God bless you. Okay, we're going to look at these. This is interesting. Yeah, what is that object right there? That'll give us some distance. Ness. Is this... Oh, this is taken from the surveillance footage. Because I can tell the angle. This is a daytime shot. Holy shit. Oh, holy shit. Oh my God, bless you. Holy shit. Oh, we're going to answer this right away. Oh my God, thank you so much for sharing these. Okay, you guys got to stay. Hit that like button, guys. Whoa, we are going to see daytime photos from that camera. Oh my God. Okay, this, God, I'm gonna have my home. Wow. Okay. Yeah, because Nest, that's the camera brand. That's one of the camera brands. This is from the surveillance. This is daytime. So yeah, here's that object. Okay. Here it is again. What is that object? So here's the home. So look, there's the tree. And the window would be here. It looks just kind of like it's obscured for some reason. But yeah, clearly, here's this tree. And the home is right here. So the light is clearly on right here. It's weird you can't see the window, though. But, you know, from this far away, I don't know if the tree is, if there's something just kind of blocking it. It's kind of weird. Yeah, there's the window. What? That's weird why it doesn't show up in that one. So yeah, so there's the tree, there's that. See the driveway, because the driveway from this vantage point, it's much lower. You got to remember we're kind of like 4 to 5 feet up higher. So, you know, we might not even be able to see that driveway concrete, right? What is that thing? So that's what's reflecting. That looks metal. So you've got a light source that is somewhere right here. Does anybody know what that is? Still looks like it's on the Proudfoot side, but that can't be because we know it has to be closer, but that does look like the object. That is the height. Let's see. Okay, guys, I'm going to go into my workshop real quick. You guys want to see an overlay? Oh my God, we'll do a real-time overlay with the actual angle. All right, give me a second here, guys. Maybe a propane tank. Ooh, propane tanks get that big? Not saying that couldn't be true. It's definitely something metal, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, did I move the... Okay. All right, bear with me just a second, guys. Gotta put all this together. This is huge. I've got some homework tonight that I've got to do. Wow. And we got daytime shots of it too. Or nighttime shots. Wow. Oh my God. Holy shnikes. I don't know which one to overlay first. Oh, I love that. This is what we need for the 3 a.m. lights. Oh my God. God bless you. Yeah, look how it's all at an angle, whereas that daytime photo that we've only seen. Yeah, so here I'll prove right now that that's the window. So, and then we're gonna move on to the lights. Okay. Man, that's so bright. That's so weird. Is this the same angle? Appears to be. There's the tree. Is this coming from the same camera? No, that's a slightly different view because the window. I am. No, because the tree's not in the right spot. No, that's right. Yeah, no, that's right. I'm sorry. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. You guys can't see this. Okay, let me do this fast. Bear with me. Let's get. Okay, let's do this. And we do this. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. That's the home. That's the Proudfoot's window. And we have this one. Not the same. So this is just a zoomed in one. Okay, so that's a zoomed in one. Oh my God, there's the nighttime without it being. Holy shnikes. Oh my God, this is the uncensored thing. God bless whoever did this. Holy shit. Sorry, guys, I'm freaking out. Okay, I gotta line this up. Just right. Right there. Oh my God, that's perfect. Let me save that. Okay, now I gotta blend it in and out real quick. We need to examine this photo without even really. I don't even know if I should even have to do this. You know what? I'm gonna. I want to look at this photo. I am blown away. This is the photo without it having the blur. Sorry, chat. I know you guys are like probably screaming at me. I'm like trying to do this really fast so I can blow it up in real time here. Actually, you know what? Okay, which one was that? That one was this one here. Yeah, so if you look, so here's the Proudfoot home. You can see that where the light is, where the window, here's the window. Because you can tell the tree is the dead giveaway. The tree is kind of like your, what I would call an anchor. And yeah, so the light's on the house. Okay. So here we have the uncensored version. Now okay, now the big thing that scares me is, wait, hold on. Did he add in a timestamp? Why am I not seeing a timestamp? Did he show up? Okay, I'll have to look at that later. That's a red flag. I don't like that. I'm just going to be honest with you. Let me just look at this, guys. Let's just look at this without me playing with it for a minute. What the hell? There's a figure right there. What the hell? That can't be a tree. So there's the tree here. What is this? Hold on, I can't blow it up all the way. It won't let me zoom in anymore. What is this figure right here? This looks like somebody's standing right there. Right where I'm telling you guys where the flashlight thing could be. Is that a light source right there? Holy, I'm losing my mind, chat. Like, holy shit. So I spoke with a lot of agencies today, just to give you an idea. I think after the show, I might need to go. I know some of them are watching, so I'm probably going to have to speak with them after the show again. Because this is fucking huge. Pardon my language. What the hell is that? Again, but I don't have a timestamp, so I guess I shouldn't be freaking out. Does anybody know if this is around that same time? I mean, the same lights are on. And then I'd love to know what the hell this light is. This is from their home as well. That's on. That's why I redacted it. No shit. I mean, no shit, you know, like, not insulting you, but like, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to zoom in as much as I can here. Give me a second. All right, let me... I wonder if I should go to sepia tone, that's how they say it, but I say sepia. Oh, yeah. There we go. Just a little bit exposure. That, oh my god, that's not a tree. Look at that. Here, I'm going to do two things, guys. 1 second here. Bear with me. And then I'm going to read chat. I'm going to stop, collect my thoughts here. Shout out to, was it Julie or Linda? I'm sorry, gosh. But God bless you guys. This is why we work as a team. And I cannot tell you guys, but that just sent me this in because I've talked to many people. Of course, I can't get into specific details because it was very, official, shall we say? Does that make sense? Okay. I want to do one without any... Well, maybe we can turn up the brightness a little bit. That's not going to hurt. Let me see if I can turn down the shadow. No, that's not going to do much. No, let me not play with it too much here. For right now, anyway. All right. See how the sepia kind of accentuates that person much better? Whereas if I just have it normal, it's not as... There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay. What in the God's name is that? The only thing is I don't have a timestamp, but... Like I said, when I'm done, I know there's certain people that are watching that are that are working on this case. So hopefully they're seeing this, and I'm trying to put together some things right now to send, to them. Oh my gosh, where is it? All right, let's look at this, guys. Okay. Let's bust out my trusty Paint 3D. I love Paint 3D. It's so easy to use compared to the newer ones. I hate the newer ones. Okay, screenshot. Okay, let's look at the Sepia one first. Okay, so that's the bedroom window. I don't know what the hell these are. So let's just add in some things so you guys know where what's what. This is the tree, right? That's the tree. Then we have the blob, which is even bigger. And then we have what looks to be kind of... Oh, God, that's terrible. Ooh. What looks to be kind of like a head and a body. Almost like an arm out. Am I wrong? I mean, I again, you know how much I really be careful when it comes to pareidolia, but that... I mean, what else? It ain't a tree. Unless they cut a tree half down, but there's not a tree back there. I mean, I know there's multiple trees, but... So you have this tree, and then whatever this object or dude or whatever is standing... I mean, it looks like it. I still have to add caution. And you have this light source. Okay, go to daytime pick. Okay. I could possibly determine the height. Like, of course, I'm not going to get down to the inch, but I could maybe give a rough estimate. I'd have to work on this after the show. There's so much. And believe me, say Doodles. I believe me. If you've been following me, I am right there with you. I am always skeptical when it comes to that stuff. But like, what else would that be? Like, let me just take that away from it. Like, what is that? That's not a tree because then it would go up. And I know they don't have a tree that's cut down. There's always a possible rational explanation. God, I can't talk. But what is illuminating this light down here? Like, this still is just blowing me away. It would not be the driveway, and I know that was one of my first assessments. So to allegedly, again, I think I love people working on it. I would just say be careful when you're working with two different angles. But holy shit! I mean that is possibly a person. Could be something else, and it's pareidolia. Okay, daytime picture. So there's this one. Then you have this one. See so there's nothing in the backyard, right? So here's the window that's lit up. Here, let's just do this real quick. Hold on. Ew. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Let me scoot that over. So that's that window, right? We don't see anything. Like that should be blocking this right here. Right? Am I wrong? More pics sent? Oh my gosh, Julie. You are a legend, sweetheart. Okay. Let's look at more. I got my homework. I guess I'm building a case to send to the FBI and all the other agencies because I'm a little worried about a certain agency. Let me just look at the rest real quick, and then we'll pull your other ones. Again, yeah. I mean, there's nothing standing there. Here's our tree. Okay. All right. You said you sent me more. This is huge. Could you imagine if I had the footage? Oh my God. Uh. Okay. Ooh. All right. Wait, that's Melissa. Was it Julie that sent me something? I'm gonna look at Melissa because I want to look at all angles. She was talking about some kind of light, but I do have an argument against that though. If that's the case. Did you send more? Okay, so this came from. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure. Did you send me a separate email? Or is this just one? Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 photos. Sorry, I can't see chat at the moment. What the hell? Oh. Okay, my screen just went weird. Okay, everybody keeps saying check your text or email. Check my text or email. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm not seeing another email. That's funny. We did talk about that. It's like some kind of grill or something kind of sitting back there. Interesting. This is huge because yeah, I'm gonna have to work on some more stuff. But let me see. What is that? Oh, man, that is not normal. So here is me kind of showing his, stupid bar. And we're going to watch as it gradually disappears here. Okay, you guys can see it okay. Okay, here it fades away. That is wild. And I mean that from that distance, because it's closer, it looks like it's closer, like it's in between the alleyways. That would be about the right size of a person. Not to say it couldn't be something else, but I don't see. Here's the argument: is where if this is just something in the backyard. Oh, that's creepy. That's not the best photo right there. It's a little bit better, but that's a good one. Yeah. They all look good until you zoom in. Some are just not the. So someone sent me this. Yeah, does anybody know what this is? Is this a light? Back there? So if that's a light, if it's shining down, I don't know. What? I'll have to look into that. I don't know. I mean, that's weird. That is weird. I'll have to look into that. Thank you for sending that in too. But see that it doesn't have that same shape though at the top either. And then where is it? It should be like I don't know. Well, that doesn't make sense if it was lit up. Like if these were what you're pointing at here, right? Not to say this is I love this. Cuz now I got all these different angles to look at. If this was like a light source, we should see some kind of like lighting around it, right? Like it wouldn't make sense all of a sudden you've got lighting on the ground. This is frustrating. I think the answer's in here. I've just got to like really study all these photos, but I'm gonna have to do it after the show because my mind's in overload. Yeah, that does look like a bird feeder though, doesn't it? Yeah, why would you have lights back there anyway? And again, if those were lights, why didn't we see them in the one photo that SF released where we're looking from across the street from the Proudfoots towards their side of the house, and you would think they would have kind of showed up depending on the brightness. But I love it. We're all looking at different stuff. Yeah, hopefully I got everything. Did I? Okay, I got. Okay, I'm so sorry. I get so many emails. So anyway, let's see. We start at 5:30. I want to try to keep this not too much longer, but this is crazy. I mean, Julie, can you tell me, do we know, can we confirm or at least have some idea that that's from the same night? These photos? I don't know if you mentioned that already in chat. It's hard when you have 2,000 people in here. Do we know? Because I don't, the only thing I'm scared about is I don't see a, where is it? I don't see a timestamp. I can definitely tell this is from the camera because you got the tree here. And you got Nest. I've seen Nest because I think that's what, when I lived with my aunt, I want to say that's the company or whatever for the security. So this is coming from the security. Holy shit. But look, so here's the two fences, and that light source is right in here. In my opinion, between the two homes. Did she answer? I'm sorry. Looks like there's two figures. Let's see. Oh, God, that is wicked. Yeah, that is weird. I got to do some enhancing with that. And look, there's almost like this ray of light. Again, it's tough. Pixels can be funky, can misguide you. But man, that is just right about the height of a human right there. So weird how this kind of gets all kind of muddled up there. Again, I don't see what else would make that. I'm truly dumbfounded. Like here, wouldn't something be right here? It's tough. Yeah, it does look like the whole house is lit up. Did she comment what time this was? I'm sorry if I missed it. Let me go back to my painting. Oh, that is creepy. Second picture, I thought I grabbed them all. Is it from the same email? I just want to be careful. I don't want to show people's names or anything. Oh, did you send it? Are you... I don't want to show your name. Are you talking about this photo? Chris, look at the light source. That there's someone in ditch with flashlights. That's the blob. Yeah, that's kind of my theory. All right, so you sent me these 11 photos. Is there... And then I saw this, but... Am I... Again, I don't want to show people's names. Did you send me a second email? I'm so sorry. I have so many... Okay, wait. I've got a Linda here. Okay, hold on. I've got another one. I don't know if that's the same one. Okay. If you could re-email me, let me refresh here. Did you... Is that text? Oh, from my text message? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'll have to send that to my email if that's what you're talking about. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'll have to examine that. Let me show this other one though. Okay, did I save it? Save it, right? Let me save it one more time, make sure it went to the right file. Sebastian. There it is. Oh my god, that looks more like a person from that. What the hell? I mean, that clearly looks more like a head right there. And again, you guys know how much I am like very careful and skeptic when it comes to making out humans. That's why, with the other photo, when it got sent to me, I was kind of like, I get sent it all the time. And look, you can actually see the bird feeder to the right of this person. What the hell? Yeah, I've got to talk to my context here. I mean, let me know in chat. Does that look like a person standing in front of that window? Not, inside the bedroom clearly, but outside of it. Again, I'm always cautious with pareidolia. Again, I have to say, I don't know what timestamp this is. So I just want to be honest about that. But if this is from the same night, around the same time, this is huge. And we got lights on galore. Yes, thank you, Julie. To everybody, again. Do we know if that's some from the same night? I don't know if that's been answered. This is big. I know some of the people that I talk to. Everybody's like, text message. And I'm going through my email. I'm sorry, guys. Because I looked at it, but I didn't see that she had sent another like below it. So I do apologize, Julie. Yeah, I'll have to, because it's on my phone. It's it's really tough to make out. So I'll send it to my email and then look at it. This is wild, guys. I mean, this is really wild. Having this will help me kind of understand. Again, that light source is in front of this tree. There's just no denying that. There's just no denying that. And, we still have to figure out what the hell this is. And metal would make sense, like some kind of like propane tank or grill that they put out in their, next to their shed. And so if somebody was walking down that, the walkway in between, right? Because look how close the shed is to the alleyway. So if they were walking and they had a flashlight, depending on if they lifted it up, it would kind of shine, and it would probably maybe give off some different, maybe some orbs or something, Again, it's all theory, but again, I think a lot of us should try to work together. But this is huge. Thank you, Julie. God bless you. what I would do for some actual footage so I could really get this into the right hands. I don't know if you've texted me, Julie, while I was sick, so I apologize. SF talked about a military timestamp. Let's see what he said. Sorry, guys. We'll finish up here. I try to keep my shows pretty short. I got to be careful with Twitter. God, you never know what you're going to see. I don't see anything new from him. Although maybe I'll have to kind of dig for it. All right, let me. Wow, thank you guys. Thank you, Julie, and Linda, I believe, for sending those in. I've got a lot of homework to do. YouTuber says, Chris, reach out later. Hopes heaps of valid points made. Yeah, I know it's so tough when you have nearly 2,000 people in chat, and I cannot tell you how much I love every one of you guys for sticking it out with me. You guys are amazing. And that's a great interview. Sebastian's bedroom is a single one on one side, and KP and Faith have a bedroom on the other side. Right. Yep. I am Linda. Check the email for the link. Okay, Granny, or Linda. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, okay, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you so much, Bullhorn. I sent you an email with the shiny thing. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay, one more email check. All right. Wow. I've got my homework cut out for me. And I always have to sign into my email every time. It doesn't ask me like, hey, remember me. Okay, there's Blowhorn. Okay. Okay. Photos, I think you don't know what it is. I just figured out. Okay. Oh man, I'm sorry, Andrea. Kind of small. Now, are you saying that they're the vehicles? No, maybe I'm wrong. The only argument I would say with the vehicles is the vehicles should be just like the trees, where then the blob would be in front of them, right? Because if it was the vehicles, they would be, they would be here. And again, maybe I'm misinterpreting. Because if the vehicles were here, then that blob should not get disrupted right here, right? Because if it's the vehicles, that blob should just continue, if that makes sense, right? As it's going in front of this tree. I think whatever this is right next to the shed. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, guys. I'm looking at it. And again, there's a lot to look at. The item you see, I think about shiny utility box. Oh, utility box. Oh. Okay. Utility box. Utility box. One more. Yeah, I don't know why I can't blow them up from here. Okay, hold on, Andrea. Okay. Now remember that whatever that is, it's got to be a utility box that's closer to their yard for sure. But that would make sense. It's always looked like it's going to be a shiny object. Hold on, let me save this one more time. Thumbnail. So it's under thumbnail. Oh, I just saw it. me get my bearings here for a minute. So we're looking straight on, right? Looking straight on. That's the tree. So it would have to be somewhere right around here. I'm sorry. I'm not. Okay, let me try this one. Oh, wait. Here, let me try this one. Okay, thumbnail. Okay. This one. Okay. Utility box. I am not seeing it. That's a tree. That's such a weird angle. That looks like that's the back tree back there. Let me close this. Close that. Sorry, guys. I've got so much going on. Could you circle it, Andrea, and send me another email, like so you could like point me where I'm trying to look? Because I would love to see what you're saying for sure. Because that's not the tree. The other tree would be over here, so it's got to be somewhere in like. Because is that the shed right here? Yeah, that's the shed. Right? Yeah, that's the shed because it's lifted. I can see it right there. It's lifted. So whatever it is, it's right here. I don't know. If you could circle it. Let's see. I got one more email. One more, and then here you go. Okay. Oh, I hope. I don't know if you circled it though. Okay, this one here. Utility box. Are you talking on the vehicle or? Because that's the shed, right? Because it's got that kind of roundness to it. Yeah, because it's got the. Yeah, that's the shed. So this is the shed. So that's the corner. So wherever it is, it would have to be right over here. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing what you're saying. 'Cause it'd have to be over right here. And to me, it's like these vehicles are blocking it. I'm sorry. I don't know if you could circle it and like send it to me. I want to look at everything from all angles because I know everybody has different perspectives. But I'm going to finish up. If you can send it to me, Andrea, I would love to look at it. Look behind the vehicles. It's a utility box. What? Am I blind? I'm not seeing it. Wait. I am so not seeing that. Has anybody seen a utility box that I'm being blind about? Like, it would have to be right here. Am I blind? A utility box, because I do think it's something metal. So, I mean, I that sounds good. I just don't. I can see where the shed is at, the corner of it. But it would have to be like right here. It's directly straight between the vehicles to the back. I see the side thing. I see a tree. Sorry, Betty. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like it's so in front of you that you can't see. I don't see a utility box. We're talking like a green utility, or are we talking about like a disconnect that's up on a wall? I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry, sweetie. I wish you could send me a photo where you circle it. That would be like amazing. Like if you have like paint or does anybody see it? Let me check chat. I'm sorry, I can't see chat right now. I got the other thing up. Are you talking about the mirror right here to the truck? I don't know what. It's to the left of the tree. It's reflective tape. But it's got to be over here. It's got to be over here. Because remember the oh, shit. Oh, now I lost it. Damn it. Again, I don't want to get too caught up in one thing and keep people waiting. It's the mirror. It's the side mirror. Are we talking about this? Yeah, because that's the mirror to the truck. Did we? Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't see, and plus it's got to be over here because that's whatever this is. It's right next to the shed below. Yeah, I think, yeah, above the mirror. I don't see anything above the mirror, but that wouldn't be the right spot. Remember, the shed's right here. This is where the shed ends, so we wouldn't be able to see anything. Anything around this tree or to the left would not be in that view. Right? From our angle. Because that driveway extends kind of out here. Because we only see this tree. There's another tree over here. This tree here, but we don't see that tree. Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe that's confusion. Again, I don't want to, I know everybody's just trying to help. I think we just need to take a look at it. Mr. E, good to see you. I can't see it, but that's normal for me. Yeah, and sometimes that happens, It's like, it's right in front of you, idiot. But yeah, I don't see it. Again, if I'm wrong, please, if you can, Betty, take some time, maybe circle it. And then send it to me and I'll look at it. But whatever this is, it's right next to the shed. So it would have to be right here. All right. It would have to be right here. I don't know what the hell the thing is. Anyway, I'm although that is interesting, I'm still in awe of this person right here. This is what I'm now focused on. Although there could be some simple explanation for it, and I will look at it from all angles because I hate to just say, oh, look, there we go, there's Katie, but that, especially with the other photo, there's one more other photo that also adds to that from a different, I don't know if it's different lighting. Oh, is it this one right here? Yeah, this one right here. Yeah. Look, it's almost like this is taken from a different shot and this person is almost moved. This is weird. Again, I've got to get to my context because this is I got to add more into my spreadsheet that I'm sending over to all the agencies. Goodness gracious. I think this case, I promise you guys, this case is going to get solved. Something's going to break here soon. We just all got to keep come together like we are. And even if we get stuff wrong, we're human. I make mistakes. I'll point out something I think that's, that I believe is correct. And then, I'm wrong. So we're all human. But we're all coming together. So God bless you guys. It's Isabel. Thank you so much. Or Isabel just gifting a Mob Crew membership. God bless you, sweetie. Time to stop the blame game. Yeah, yeah. Especially after having some of my health issues. Not saying it. They're like, I've got, major health issue. Like I don't want to, but it's just part of getting older. You know how it is. It's some people anyway. Lady Rose, thank you so much for the $1.49. Leslie and Billy, Chris, Doghouse could be it. Okay. Yeah, like Zeb Bullhorn, if by chance you could send one where you circle where it's at, that would be so awesome. But thank you so much for the $4.99. I'm sorry you have to send that in to get my attention. It's just tough when you have a lot of people in here. Maine USA, thanks for all your hard work. God bless you. Okay, I think I've got caught up. If by chance you sent a PayPal or Venmo and I don't get to you, please. Okay, hold on. One more. Yeah, Rose. Yeah, whatever you're circling, I think that's what it is. I don't know what the hell that is. So she's pointing out this. I think whatever it is, it's this thing. One more. Hold on. I'll show you what I think it is. Now we just got to figure out what the hell it is. Oh my gosh. What did they do to this? It used to be so easy to get into my email. Now it's like... stupid. Okay, one more thing, guys, and then we're going to get out of here. So this one right here. Thumbnail. This is what I think it is. I just don't know what the hell it is. And maybe you guys do, so that's why I want to show you before we leave. This. Like, what is this? Because it's about the same height. One second. So compared to the window, so there it is there. Oh, wait. How could I do this? Oh, why don't I do... Never mind. Okay, you know what? Close you. We'll save. Okay, hold on. One last thing, guys. Close that. Minimize that. Nope. Back here. So, yeah, look at the height from the window. Let me close this. So, look at the height from the object to this window. And remember, these are two different angles, so the height difference could be a little bit, but yeah, that's close. And it does stick out, even the distance from how it sticks out. But what the hell is that? I mean, I have no idea what that... I mean, it looks like a... Oh, I can't even think of the name. Yeah, I can't even think of the name. Of course, when I get off live, I'll think of it. But yeah, to me, that fits. I mean, that even where this cuts off right here, like notice how it kind of cuts off right here. It does that with this. Ooh. Sorry. Yeah, it even does that with this. And remember, we're looking more to the left, so that should accentuate it a little. Well, I don't know. But, I mean, that's, to me, that's about... I don't know. Anybody has any ideas, please put them in the comments of the channel, because I would love to see and get some ideas. But I guess I got my work cut out tonight. But I appreciate everybody being here and being respectful in the chat. We're all here for the same reasons. We can work together. Could be some type of camper behind the shed. Who knows? Chris, look at the middle window where the figure is. It looks like there might be a figure in the window as well. Okay, I will do that. I want to kind of end the show because like I try to keep it, so people can rewatch it. It's not too long. Hot tub. It's a weird place to be a hot tub because it's almost like in the alleyway. But yeah, I mean, right now that's it's weird. That's all I'll say. So I'm sure everybody will come together and figure it out. Truck topper, metal mattress frame. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I thought the grill too at the beginning. Looks like a pop-up Oh yeah, like the shell? Yeah. Yeah, that could be. All right, guys. Hey, and by chance, if anybody's watching this local and has footage and would like to share, like just personally to me, and if you want to let me know, not to, I'll be respectful if you don't want it shared, like publicly, and if you just want me to examine it, I'd be more than happy to. So, just saying. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday, and as always, please, special shout out to my wonderful mods. When you have 2,000 people, I know it can get kind of a little rowdy because, there's always going to be some trolls. But they do such an amazing work. So we will be back live tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have enough time. I'll have some AC condenser. Yeah. If you can, please put your thoughts in the comments and I'll look at them. So, all right, guys, I'm not going to do a pet outro so I can get out of here. I will do that. I promise you, I am going to be 100%. So, God bless all of you guys. Yeah, somebody got a lot of people saying topper for a truck.